Drink a little more water. It looks like Nathan's starting on pole, followed by Andy. This is one of my favorite tracks. It's just so much fun. Hardcore in third, Vibe in fourth, Zodiaz in fifth, Cartman in sixth, Jay in seventh, Toby in eighth, Maddie in ninth, Starkey in 10th, Linky in 11th, Davey in 12th, and Dan O'Neill in 13th. We'll go back here to the front and we'll watch the start of this. You got Nathan on pole with Andy right on his outside. And we'll see how this goes. I'm not sure why it wants to black out my black shirt. Alright, heading to turn one. Nathan settles into the lead. Andy riding his tail. A little bit of contact. No harm, no foul. Heading up the hill. You really got to hold your line through here. Carry your speed. Heading to the draft or heading towards the bus stop. Popular place to go for a move, but a dangerous one too. Nathan goes defensive. Heading into the bus stop. They single file it out. Oh, Nathan goes wide. But he's going to have the inside for the sweeper. Looks like Andy's going to go a little wide, cut it back, and try to carry the speed. You got, looks like Vibe and Hardcore in the background. Cartman in fifth. Toby on his outside. Don't count out the outside move by Toby. Cartman stays really narrow. That allows Toby to go right up the inside. Toby makes a move and makes it stick. Heading towards the line. So Toby in fifth. Cartman in sixth. And there we go. Zodiaz in seventh. Jay, Maddie's in eighth. Looks like Jay's going for the move on the inside of Maddie. Is he going to be able to make it stick side by side up the hill? It's not a great place to go side by side. They're both going to lose speed all the way down the straight. Look at this, though. Man, they pulled it off. Jay's got the run. He's going to slide in ahead. Toby's moved up to fourth and ahead of Hardcore. Oh, Hardcore goes wide. He falls back. Toby up to third. Nathan's got the lead, but Andy's right on his tail, followed by Toby. Vibe's in fourth. Trying to make out everybody in the dark. Heading into the final corner. Look at how close everybody is. That's one thing about this track. So much draft involved, it's hard to get away. Nathan heading into turn one, followed by Andy right in his tail. Andy's going to take the wide line. Nathan stays narrow. Is he going to be able to make it side by side? No, he slots in behind. Better be careful. Toby's going to get the run on him down the straight. We'll go on board with Andy. Toby gets the run. Andy goes defensive into the bus stop. Tries to follow in Nathan. Toby slots in behind. There you go. Andy knows you can abuse the curbs on the bus stop. And the interesting thing about this is they do this in real life too. Like if you ever watch a real life race on the bus stop. Oh, Vibe's going to try and take the outside line on Toby. Doesn't quite make it work though. Cartman sneaks by. Vibe lost a little bit of control. Heading into the final corner. Nathan leads the way. Andy right in his tail. Toby slided into third. Cartman's moved up to fourth. Nathan stays really narrow there. It might cost him at some point if Andy can find a clear space to get next to him. Heading up the hill. Andy doesn't quite have the run, but Toby does. Toby goes up the inside. He's got the draft from Nathan. Toby's looking for the inside move of Nathan. Nathan goes defensive. Andy fights back from the outside. Is he going to be able to hold it? Slots right in front of Toby. Andy's sliding wide. Toby's got the inside line. They're giving Nathan just a tiny bit of breathing space. That sets up Andy for the inside, but we've seen Toby hold that inside line, but he doesn't just go for it this time. Why it gives you this like really far angle for this one. Might have to like go on board with somebody for the final corner. Nathan's got a little bit of breathing space. So you gonna use some more of that? Yeah. Oh, Andy goes wide. Toby goes up the inside. Cartman goes by. 5 goes by. Davies up the inside. Looks like Zodiaz is, or no, Zodiaz got by, and Davies trying to make the move, and he slots it. Ends up having to slide in behind Andy. So Andy's back to 7th. Nathan's got a lead, but now Toby's on his tail. And Toby's flashing him. He's trying to make him nervous. You know Nathan would love to hold him off, but you got 11 laps. It's going to be tough. We got Cartman followed by Vibe. Zodiaz in 5th. We'll stay on board here. Oh, Nathan has a moment. Has to go narrow through the final corner. Toby's going to go up the inside, heading down the straight. Side by side. Nathan on the outside. Toby on the inside. Toby goes narrow. Breaks late. Slots right in ahead of Nathan. Makes a move. Makes it stick. Heading up the hill. Nathan's going to have the draft. Is he going to be able to stay right on top of Toby? Looks to the outside. Toby stays to the inside. Looks like Nathan's going to try to take the outside line into the bus stop. Nope. Toby, nice and smooth. Using every inch of the track. Now Nathan's going to have to hold off Cartman. Nathan, turn on your lights. There you go. Almost like he heard me. Oh, he gets up on those curbs. Those curbs are deadly. You catch those and they want to throw your car for. Nathan isn't letting Toby get away. If he can hold the draft, he should be able to stay pretty close. Toby goes a little wide there. Nathan's got a bit of a run. Look, he backed out of it a little bit. Heading up the hill. It looks like he had to back out of it a little there. Trying to take that outside line again. Side by side in the bus stop. And he broke early and let Toby out ahead. Toby held the narrow inside. Go back here to Cartman, Vibe. Look at this 5-way battle. Maddie's on the outside of Andy. Andy's trying to fight his way back. Maddie goes defensive. Is Andy going to try and cut him back? Doesn't look like it. Just got a long way to go. We're at the halfway point. Look at this. We're at the halfway point. Look at how many people are still in sight of the leader. That's why I love this track. It can produce some crazy racing. Go back trackside for a moment. Looks like Nathan's trying to hold off Cartman. Cartman was making a look. Oh, Vibe makes the move through the bus stop. What a move. 5 up to third. Now he's on Nathan's tail. Toby's gotten away a little bit through the bus stop. And so that consistency through there pays off. The bus stop is tough to be consistent on. Toby's got a bit of a gap. Let's see if Nathan can smooth it out and use the draft to get back on him. Oh, not if it goes like that. Vibe's going up the inside, side by side, down to the start-finish line. Is Vibe going to make the move to the inside? He's not quite there. Nathan tends to go a little narrow there, but he runs wide this time. Uses the full width of the track. Heading up the hill. Let's see if Vibe can make another move like he did on Cartman, heading into the bus stop. Vibe's going to go up the outside. She's going to give him the inside for most of the bus stop. A little bit of contact, but gives him the space. Makes the move stick. Nathan was sliding out. Now he's got Cartman, but closes the door. However, Vibe's managed to work his way up to second. Consistency showing if he stays in the draft at Toby, he might be able to make a run for this. We'll see how this pans out. See, Maddie's closed the gap to him a bit. Andy in 6th. Jay in 7th. Uh-oh, Nathan's trying to fight back. Gonna go up the inside of Vibe into turn 1. They battle out like this. Vibe gives a little bit of the apex, and that's going to cost Nathan. As I got Cartman and Andy on him, right going up the hill. Cartman's got nowhere to go. Vibe's still within 5/10 of Toby. A lot of draft on this track. If he can stay consistent through the bus stop, he's shown he's pretty good through there. That gives him an opportunity. You just got to stay on it. Still 6/10. He just isn't quite able to close the gap. Here's the gap. You got about 4 or 5 car lengths between him and Toby. All it takes is one tiny mistake by Toby, though, and that gap will close in hurry. On lap 11 to 16. Heading towards the bus stop. Nathan's trying to... Vibe takes this really well. Toby's so smooth through the sweeper, though. And oh my gosh, Toby ran a little wide. You can see that gap is closed a little bit. It's down to below 5/10. Stay on board here for the moment. Oh, Toby has a oh my gosh, Toby slides out and hits the wall. Vibe's into the lead. Nathan's right on his tail. Toby's in 3rd. Here's Cartman heading towards turn 1. He's got Maddie on his outside. Leaves him the space, but Maddie doesn't take it wide. And Nathan's got to fend off Toby. Looks like Cartman's got a nice little run. Can he hold the speed? It doesn't look like Vibe got a good run up the hill. Look at that draft. It's carrying everyone closer to him. He goes defensive into the bus stop. Toby makes a move past Nathan. Vibe recovers a little bit, but now he's going to have to deal with Toby on his tail. Toby's keeping it narrow, trying to sneak up the inside. Wow, look at this racing. This is crazy. Not only that, Andy and Davey have caught up. Vibe's in the lead, but for how long? He's going to have to fend off Toby now for 4 laps. It's his track. It's madness. Toby's looking down the inside. It's a fake out, though. Vibe doesn't fall for it. Hits the apex. Runs his line. He's going to have a tough time holding Toby off. Toby looks to the outside. Makes the Vibe go narrow going up the hill. It's cost him a little bit of speed. Vibe doesn't have the benefit of the draft. These guys are all going to be coming up on him hard and heavy heading into the bus stop. Vibe goes defensive. Toby's looking on the outside. A little bit of contact, but Vibe holds his line. Toby slots in. Everyone ends up right back where they were. Vibe gains a little bit of distance. Now Nathan's all over Toby. Oh man, you can see just how quick Toby is. He gained like a 1/10 or 2 right there. Let's go on board with Cartman. You can see what's going on up there with Vibe and Toby. Maddie's trying to make the move around the outside. Wow, Cartman managed to carry more speed. I'm surprised Maddie didn't carry the speed on those curbs. You see that draft is pulling Toby ever closer to Vibe. Heading up the hill. We're heading to the bus stop. Vibe's going to play it incredibly narrow. Toby's looking outside. Vibe holds him off. Oh, Andy's up the inside of Maddie. Now Andy, looks like he's going to tuck right in behind Maddie. What craziness. You have literally 11 people within 3 seconds of the leader. Oh, Toby goes up the inside of Vibe. He makes it stick. Vibe's going to follow Toby up the hill. Wants to make sure not to bump him, because that's actually going to cost him speed. He needs to carry the draft. I'd expect Toby to go defensive on the inside. Vibe takes the outside line. He sticks his nose in there. They go side by side. Toby stays in front. Nathan's trying to make it a 3-way battle. Only 2 more laps remaining. 1 more lap remaining. We're coming to the final lap. Here we go. Heading towards the final turn. Go on board with Vibe. Heading towards turn 1. Is Vibe going to make a move? If he doesn't, better be careful, as Nathan might. It's the apex. He's going to carry it wide. Heading up the hill. He's almost too close. Oh, Toby got the better line up the hill. Gains a little bit of breathing room. Here we go towards the bus stop for one final time. Vibe takes a defensive line against Nathan, but you can see he's trying to close that gap to Toby still. This is going to be his final chance. We're going to stay on board with this view. Heading into the final 2 corners. Doesn't look like he's going to have enough speed to carry. You can see him pushing. It's just not enough. Toby goes and breaks the draft. Toby wins. Vibe in second. Nathan in third. Cartman in fourth. Maddie, Davey, Andy, Hardcore, Zodiaz, Starkey, Jay. Followed by Dan O'Neill coming to the finish line, and Lanky's in 13th. Oh my gosh, look how many people were within less than 3 seconds at the end of that. That's what makes racing there so crazy. There you have it. Vibe made it a battle, but in the end, Toby pulled it off. I want you to look at those gaps. I'm going to pull my head out of the way. Look at those gaps. All the way back to 11th place within 3 seconds. You can tell, though, these cars, they don't gain a ton from the draft. They just end up hitting, I think, their top end too quickly. And it's really difficult to make passes using the draft with them. But what a battle. What a battle. If I went all in, it just wasn't enough at the end. So that concludes this week's racing for the Touring Series. Hope you guys enjoyed, those who managed to watch. And if you interested, come back on Sunday. Other than that, everyone have a great evening. And I'm signing off. I need to have some sort of tag out, don't I? Take it easy, everyone. Bye.